it's not guaranteed that your sewing machine is going to work. Welcome to World of Crafts and Knitty Things. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kuti. I make lifestyle, psychological, knitty and crafty / fashion and design videos. If you're interested in those type of content, just subscribe, turn on the notification bell to know when I post. Speaking of fashion and design, I've been getting some comments about my Takealot sewing machine that I bought 4 months ago, so I thought it would be appropriate for me to do a 4-month sewing machine update to tell you guys if it's still functioning and if there's some things about it that I learned that I liked and the things that I don't like. So I'm going to start by showing you the condition of the sewing machine. So this is the sewing machine and it still looks pretty much the same, except it's a little bit used now. Then we have, everything is all tangled up. I was sewing yesterday, so do not be alarmed if tangled things are coming out of here. And then we have the foot pedal thing. I actually had to go read because I'd forgotten what it was called. You pretty much plug it in here and then you pedal it. And then we obviously have that thing, the plug, right? I don't know what's up, but lately it's been so hard to put this thing in. But yeah, and then you pretty much plug it. It looks like a phone charger. That's the impression it gave me the first time I started using it. This sewing machine is so tiny, like it's really small. Can you see that? It's really small. This is the bobbin area. The easiest thing to do, actually. I found putting in the bobbin very easy. So how was the buying process? I've been getting comments asking me where I bought it and how. I used the Takealot app to buy the sewing machine and it was easy because there's a lot of them. There's so many of those sewing machines. It's confusing because they look the same but the prices are different. And I feel like sometimes those prices change daily because most of the time they're always on special. This sewing machine was 265 Rand, which was beyond cheap. I was so sure that I was going to experience problems early on in the future, but so far there has not been any distinct problems that I experienced with the sewing machines. Because there's so many of them, I wanted to buy one that had the least bad reviews because they really do have good reviews, but there's always that one disturbing review. So I made sure that I filtered the reviews to see if there was a bad review, what was it about. Some people say the sewing machine was unsteady when they were sewing. I have not experienced that. When I told my best friend, because we both bought the same sewing machine, why is it not jumpy and unsteady on us, she always says it's because we are so short and we have an agreement with the sewing machine. You're tiny, I'm tiny, let's not give each other problems. Well, that's what she said. It was not jumpy on me. It's very steady when I'm sewing, actually very comfortable to use. Some of the reviews were saying it's really good for beginners because it's very simple, not complicated. I find it easy to thread with it. It's very easy to thread it and to put in the bobbin, so that's very easy because I am one person who had never ever touched the sewing machine before I used this one. I did not know how a sewing machine functioned 4 months ago. I did not know how to use the pedal, nothing. I had no experience with sewing machines, and now I'm sewing clothes with this teeny tiny thing, but it's so good. You'd swear that I'm using a normal sewing machine. So yeah, I think it sews really well. We were still on the buying process and I keep mixing everything up. I placed an order. It was really simple and it was supposed to arrive maybe a week later, but then it arrived a few days earlier. So the trick is to make sure that you have a Takealot pickup point near you, because sometimes it might not work. Yeah, it might arrive and not work. So it's not guaranteed that your sewing machine is going to work. My best friend and I ordered our sewing machines at the same time, pretty much the same sewing machine. Mine was working, hers for some reason would not sew at all. So we had to return it back so that she can get a new one, which the second one worked perfectly, and she still says praises about it even to this day. And so you need to make sure that you have like a pickup point near you. That way, if it does not work, do not panic, just return it, you'll get a new one. If the new one does not work, you can always get a refund or whatever. So what does the sewing machine do? Pretty much it sews a straight line, just a straight line. It has like a speed thing. This thing, you can, when it's like down like this, it means the speed is slow. When you press it like this and it's a little bit up, the speed is not slow, it's fast, but it's not overwhelmingly fast, because I accidentally used it yesterday and I noticed that it was fast later. And the reason I noticed it was fast was the stitches were loose. And I was making a very important project, but somehow the stitches were very loose. So I noticed that when it's faster, the stitches are loose, but when it's slower, the stitches are tight and secure, meaning you must always make sure that it's slow. That way your stitches are tight and make sure that the things last. Oh, you can also use batteries. I think I've never used this before, but I think you can use about 4 batteries to sew, which is really good because of load shedding. Yeah, load shedding. When I was sewing, sometimes there would be load shedding mid-sewing, like literally mid-sewing. It was so annoying. It also has a thread cutter. It has a light, which I find very cool, because like sometimes you have to see some small teeny tiny details. So what does it not do? It does not backstitch. If you want me to do a tutorial on how I backstitch my things, just tell me in the comment section and I will make the video. It does not automatically thread your bobbin, so you literally have to thread it yourself. At least I think it doesn't. I'm not sure what this is for, so I'm not going to really conclude that because I am afraid of using this thing. It does not do reverse. It only has one stitch, no zigzag stitch, no fancy stitch, no, just one straight line stitch, which I find annoying because I was making a tight fitting dress the other day, and apparently when you're making a bodycon you have to use a zigzag stitch on the sides because it stretches. I don't know why, but because of the price, I'm not surprised. It does more than it should with the price that it has. They said it was going to come with an embroidery machine. I never saw that. So this sewing machine is pretty basic. It does not have a lot of functions, but it was very cheap. So I can't really complain about it not having all these fancy things, because I think it does a great job as it is. The learning process, I don't know if it's just me personally, because I am personally a fast learner, but it was not hard to learn to use the sewing machine. It took me a few minutes when it came for me to learn how to function it, how to backstitch, how to sew. I'm still trying to learn how to sew straight, so there's that situation too. But the thing is, I had never really used a sewing machine before, so that is not a sewing machine problem, that's a me problem. So yeah, it was so easy to learn how to thread the sewing machine. If you want me to make a video where I teach you guys how I thread my sewing machine, tell me in the comment section and I will do so. And I pretty much know most of its functionality. I'm not going to say I know all of them because I still don't know what this is for. This thing, I'm afraid to press it, but it's pressable. I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to ruin this sewing machine. But yeah, it's pretty easy to learn. I think if you want to learn it more effectively, because I'm not one person to learn how to use the rule book or the description, the manual. I'm not good at that. I think it's easier to just watch YouTube video tutorials. There's a lot of them. And is it still working as it was working in the beginning? I've not seen any changes. The sewing machine is still working perfectly fine. I have made 4 things with it. This sewing machine can sew multiple layers. Like it can sew wool I made like a top that has like wool bodies and fabric sleeves, and I pretty much used the sewing machine to do that. I was impressed. I made pants yesterday, and I was also impressed at how nice it just worked on making pants. I made like real pants and it worked. In October, I sewed in a lining on a crochet top, and I mean crochet. It's too good for its price. So that was it. If you have more questions about the sewing machine, tell me in the comments and I will answer them in another video or in the comments. It does not really matter. And if there's another video that you want me to do, maybe you want me to teach you how I backstitch, how I thread the sewing machine, how I managed to successfully make big projects using this sewing machine, tell me in the comment section and I will make a video about all that. So thank you so much for watching. If you've watched this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to know when I post. See you in the next video. Bye.